Hi everyone, in this video we're going to have a look at the GoWiWiPe strategy. We're going to have a look at the best way to deploy it, and we're also going to have a look at some of the common mistakes to avoid. So what exactly is a GoWiWiPe? Well, a GoWiWiPe is a golem, that's the Go. The Wi is a wizard, the second Wi is a witch, or it could be the other way around, and then the P element is the PEKKA as well. And obviously you have got support troops in that. So the first part of a GoWiWiPe is the golem. So the golem is basically a meat shield. So it's going to go in, it's got high health, it's going to soak up a lot of the attack from the defences and let your other troops do most of the work. So that's the main sort of purpose of the golem. The golem also does target defences, so it'll go straight for them, so it can help out, although it's not fantastic at that. Obviously hogs, giants and balloons are much better at targeting defences. If you are using golems, what I would probably say for Town Hall 9, you want to have a level 3 golem preferably, or obviously level 4 would be better. For Town Hall 10, I'd probably advise a level 3 to level 4 to level 5 golem. So try and have a strong golem because that'll really help your attack. So next in this strategy you've got the wizard. So I generally use the wizard to help target my troops into the base and take out exterior buildings at the start, but then following on from that they will follow the golems and the other troops hopefully into the centre if you deploy it right. So they are more of a sort of support troop, but they are pretty powerful and useful in this attack. The witch is much like the wizard, she's more of a support troop. The reason I prefer GoWiWiPe over GoWiPe is basically to add the witch in, you're obviously going to get the skeletons spawning, so that can really make a difference. And if you are up against a slightly weaker base, or with weak walls, a witch can actually, or a few witches can make the 100%. So I just really like to have the extra skeletons and the extra troops going in. And it can distract defences from attacking your other troops as well. With the witch, something you need to be aware of is she has got weak health, so if defences start to lock onto her and start targeting her, particularly a mortar, it will destroy her quite quickly. So she does need a bit of protection in front of her, so it's best to deploy her sort of at the back of your army if you can. But usually if she's spawning the skeletons quickly enough, often that can distract the defences again away from her as well. And then next up after that you've got the PEKKA. Some people prefer to just do GoWiWiPe, but I like the PEKKA in because the PEKKA is quite powerful. She's fairly slow moving and she's quite susceptible to damage from Teslas, so if you do get around a bunch of Teslas she can die quite quickly. She has got high hit points like the golem, so she can tank a little bit. And one of the most common mistakes with PEKKA is that people mistarget them. So they deploy the PEKKA and the PEKKA goes wandering around the outside of the base rather than going to the centre for the town hall. So in this video I'm going to explain a little bit on how to try avoid that, because generally it is people misdeploying them and they just blame the PEKKA and say it's a stupid troop, but it's people misplacing them. And then last but no means least, we've got the wall breaker. Now obviously the wall breaker doesn't have any letters in the sort of title of this strategy, but I think a lot of people underestimate the importance of the wall breaker. Most people do take wall breakers, but I see that they either don't take enough or they deploy them wrong. So basically you need the wall breaker to get into the base. If you don't deploy your wall breaker correctly, what you're going to end up with is your golems and all your other troops are just going to be banging on walls trying to get into the base. So I think the wall breaker is quite undervalued, but it is essential, and the placement is really key to this attack to get your troops into the base, get them destroying those defences before they destroy your troops, so you need to get them in quickly. So obviously as well with this attack, having your heroes is essential part of this attack, it being a ground attack. So obviously you do need your heroes as well. And obviously you do need to take spells, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. So now let's have a look at your troop and army combination for this attack. So first of all, I've got 8 wall breakers. The reason I use 8 is because I use them in pairs. A pair of wall breakers should be quite, if they're placed correctly, they should be enough to get you through any wall up to about level 9 walls. Once you start facing level 10 walls, you're going to start needing 3 wall breakers to get through. Then I've got 10 wizards. I've also got 2 witches, so sometimes I'll take 10 wizards and 2 witches. Another time I'll take 3 witches and I'll take 7 wizards. So it just depends what I train, or you might want to play around with that and see which works best for you. I've then got 2 PEKKAs. I think you do need the 2 PEKKAs, and then I've got 3 golems, which mine are level 4 on my Town Hall 9 account. So I said earlier about only using level 3 or level 4 golems at Town Hall 9. If you have got less than that and you still want to give this attack a go, what I'd do is try and get a higher level golem into your clan castle, and just drop down to training 2 in your actual army and train the other troops that you would have in your clan castle in your army instead. So generally in my clan castle I'll try for 2 witches, a wizard and 2 archers, or sometimes I'll go for all wizards, just depending what I can get from my clan mates really. Next, your heroes. So I've got the king and queen available. Sometimes you can try this attack with only 1 hero. I tried it in a war last war, and I got the town hall and got 49% without my king. So if I had had my king, I'd have got the 2 stars in war. So preferably it's best to go with both. But I did only join that war because I was asked to make the numbers up. We were 1 short. So rather than 4 people drop out of war, I said I'd make the numbers up if they were happy with that. Next I've got spells, so I always take 1 lightning spell, and that's to zap the clan castle troops. Quite often you'll face witches, wizards and archers in the clan castle, and as they come racing out towards your other troops, try and time the lightning spell to take those out. Next I've got 2 rage spells, so that's quite essential for the attack that you do take rage. Don't tend to bother with heal because I find rage just works so much better. And then I've got a jump spell, and that jump spell is going to help my army get into the core of the base. So for Town Hall 10, we've got a similar sort of setup. Obviously you get 20 more troop space at Town Hall 10, and also you get an extra 5 spaces in the clan castle. So I've still got the 8 wall breakers. If I was facing a base that had higher walls, I would possibly consider dropping some troops and have a few extra wall breakers, perhaps up it to 10 or something like that. I've got 9 wizards in this attack. 2 PEKKAs, 3 golems still, and 4 witches. So the main extra troops really in the Town Hall 10 attack is coming from the witches and the wizards. I've also got my clan castle, and due to the extra troop space that I can take in that clan castle, I'll try and take 2 witches, 2 wizards and 3 archers, or if not, again I can go for all wizards if I want. Again, I've got heroes, and I must stress that having a decent level of hero can sort of make or break this attack. If you've got level 4 queen or something like that, it's probably not going to go too well. For spells, I've got the same as I had at Town Hall 9. The only addition I've got is the freeze spell. So if you're at Town Hall 10, you're going to be facing other Town Hall 10s in war, and the freeze spell makes all the difference against the infernos. I did try this attack with a level 1 freeze spell, and it did work well, but the level 1 freeze spell wasn't really any good. So I quickly realised that I needed to upgrade the freeze spell for this attack. Okay, this is a raid on my main account, which is a Town Hall 10, but the principles are the same. Drop the 3 golems slightly apart, but not too far apart. Notice as well the attacks coming from the opposite side of the enemy CC. The reason for that is I'm hoping that once it's triggered, that it'll drag my troops into the core of the base. We're now into stage 2, so the wizards are being deployed to take out those outer buildings. Stage 3, the wall breakers are being deployed to make the entry points in the base. You can see here I'm just dropping a couple of witches and the clan castle just to help the wizards out and start getting into the base. So you can see here we've got stage 4, we're just deploying the heroes and the P.E.K.KA because the nearest buildings within the base. Okay, at this point you've dropped all your troops, so it's all about using the spells and the hero's ability. So I've used the first rage to rage the troops there as the clan castles come in, which I'm also dropping a lightning spell on. I've dropped a jump spell to try and get them into the core, but some wall breakers have got in and actually broken those walls. And I've just used the king's ability there. So the queen's just going in, but she's under target by that inferno, so you can see that health's just going. So I'm just waiting there before using the queen's ability. I've just used it about there, so she's just taken out the town hall under target from nothing. So really at this point it's just a case of watching, crossing your fingers and hoping you can get the 2-star, or if you are lucky you can get a 3-star with it, but more often, to be honest, this is a 2-star attack. Okay, let's look at some common mistakes so that you can try and avoid them. Mistiming of wall breaker is quite common. That'll mean that your troops can't get in, so try and time them, particularly with the mortar in the base if they're under fire from mortar. Your troops are just going to be banging on walls and they're not going to be able to get in. Probably the most common mistake is placing the heroes and the P.E.K.KAs at the wrong time, and what will happen is they'll go around the edge. So you must place the heroes and P.E.K.KAs when there's an entry to the base, the outside buildings are gone, and there isn't a building that's within the base, because that's what's going to pull them inside the base. Most people say that P.E.K.KAs are a really stupid troop, and it's usually the person that's deployed them wrong, to be honest. Another mistake is not keeping an eye on hero health for using the ability, and they'll just die, particularly if you are facing infernos. The health can zap pretty quickly. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you found it useful in deploying golem based strategies and GoWiWiPe in particular. If you did like the video, please give it a like, and there's a link on screen now if you want to subscribe. Thanks a lot, take care.